Are you in your 30s or 40s and suspect that you have ADHD or you've been diagnosed with ADHD? And say you're in your 40s and you're kind of feeling like you don't have a lot of energy nowadays, like you're feeling this crash. But you don't really understand because you were able to function with your ADHD while you were in your 30s and 20s, and you're kind of just like, yeah, you could use it as like a superpower. Well, I got a little bit of a theory on this, and this is my own personal experience, is that you were being fueled by anxiety. You were creating all these little chaos pockets to be able to bring up anxiety so you could have that fuel to replace the dopamine that you do not have. Because ADHD brains have a hard time with dopamine. We have a hard time starting. We have a hard time with executive function and task paralysis and, just that doom pile. It's like there's this pile over there and we can never touch it. So what happens in the 40s is what I'm specifically talking about here and what I'm interested in, because I'm 45 and I was diagnosed at 38. And I remember being able to function quite a lot better. But the problem is your engine in your car, basically picture like you're redlining it all the way through your 20s and 30s. And now your gaskets are blown, right? Now it's like, holy crap, what happened? Why do I have no energy? Why can't I seem to reclaim this energy? Why can't my brain function? Why do I have so much brain fog? What the hell is going on? Well, it's just because everything caught up to you. You were in debt. It sucks. I had to figure this out myself. This is how I started learning about this more. I am a counselor in real life, and I do have some solutions for this. So bear with me. I also have a community, which I'll put links in the description. I got two separate communities. One's for men over 40, and the other one's just a broad community for everybody. Please join. They're super helpful, super useful, and they're gonna have a ton of resources in there for you to get better. Especially the men's community, where you'll be able to work with me one-on-one. The other one you will be able to in a bit as well. So back to what we're talking about here. So the solutions. We need to find that dopamine, but it's not in the way that you think. We got to find things that we like, yes, but we also have to put ourselves in like dark rooms to be able to get away from senses. It's our sensory overload. It's that we can't handle the things as much as we used to be able to. So get yourself into a dark room, take breaks, get away from everything. Don't pick up your phone while you're in there. That's another thing that we got to do a lot of, is putting the phone down, because the phone gives us probably the most dopamine, but it's also exhausting. Those hyper focus binges that you go on, where it's like everything's so exciting and then you just crash. Yeah, so that's not necessarily good for you. You want to find dopamine in other areas. So another way is using cold water on the face, an ice cube on the neck, and just breathing through that. Focusing on that ice cube or the cold water will help you with bringing you back into your nervous system, and think about like what things that actually bring you joy. What things do you think would be healthier to bring you joy? Like going out for a walk in nature, or sitting there and just petting your dog or your cat for a while. Just getting away from that overstimulation and trying to find joy in the little things. So these are just some ideas that I have. I have many others, and I would love to share with you about this. And this is actually a topic that I'd like to speak about quite a bit more, because I think it's being missed, is what's happening for people in their 40s because of ADHD and unmanaged ADHD, to be exact. So I do have a few tools in my community as well that you're welcome to access. And they're still new, but they're building, and I want you to be part of it. So join, like, comment, do whatever you need to do for this video, because I appreciate you, and I would love to hear what you have to say, because I learned just as much from you as you might from me, right? So have a good day.